What's up, guys? You're watching Rob and John Concert Junkies. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to click the bell down in the bottom to get updates on future videos. So as far as my influences from the start, I grew up on heavy metal. I'd say that most of my main influences range from everything from Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath to, early on in general, I guess, I grew up listening to a lot of Linkin Park and Pink and, a little bit of everything. Nowadays, it's a lot more heavy metal oriented, like Periphery, North Lane, even a little bit of like deathcore, Whitechapel, Rings of Saturn. Pretty much whatever I can get my hands on. I even love Post Malone. When it comes to necessities on tour, what I have to have with me, beef jerky. Lots of beef jerky. Beef jerky, sandwich stuff, and I have to have a Game Boy. Have to have something to do. Because we all know being on the road is boring. And a lot of playing I Spy. If I weren't going to be a musician in life, what I personally would want to do, I would probably, I would want to go to MIT and be a nuclear physicist. Chemistry, math, physics, science in general has always been something pretty easy for me. I understand it, and which helps a lot, especially with, being a musician. I understand the physics of sound and sound waves, how sound waves travel and everything like that. So it does kind of play into each other, but that's what I would do. So, my favorite venue, the Rail Club in Fort Worth, Texas. The place has always been like a home to me. I've only played there one time, but I've been to a lot of shows there. It supposedly was Dimebag and Vinnie Paul's personal hangouts back in the day. The sound there is awesome. The staff there is super friendly. I always have good bands coming through. Dallas scene is always great. So my first concert. Now, I grew up going to local shows a lot. My first show, I guess, was a local show here. I'm located in Texarkana, Texas. Was a festival they did here at one of the parks, and they had a lot of local bands playing what was called the State Line Music Festival. And the main band I remember from that was a band around here called Silo. And what drew me to them was they played Laid to Rest by Lamb of God. And I was immediately just in awe. I was probably about 12. And I knew then I wanted to play guitar. But as far as big concert, the first big concert I went to was the Mayhem Festival 2012. The lineup was Upon a Burning Body, Whitechapel, As I Lay Dying, Asking Alexandria, Anthrax, The Devil Wears Prada, Motorhead, Slayer, and Slipknot. You could say it was a pretty good first concert. The first CD I ever bought was Meteora by Linkin Park. And I wore that CD down so much it wouldn't play in any CD player. It was destroyed. And that album alone has had a lot of influence on me musically. Not necessarily in my playing, but just how I go about thinking of different soundscapes and trying to experiment with a modern pop sound while also with rock and heavy metal. Something to play around with. If I could open for any band, it would probably be Periphery, because I'm a huge fan of Misha Mansour, and Spencer Satello's vocals are just phenomenal. And I've never seen them live, but I've seen so many videos, and they seem like such cool dudes anyway, that I bet it would just be a phenomenal show. And where I would love to open for them, who wouldn't want to play at Madison Square Garden in New York? That is like the place to play in the US, in my opinion. Again, my name is Tyler DiPinetta. I am the owner of Las Plagas Recordings, located in Texarkana, Texas, and I am also a solo produced artist. Be sure to find me on YouTube, Las Plagas Recordings. Find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play. I don't have shows coming up yet, but I just put out my first debut EP in January, and you can find that on all streaming services, along with I have another EP in the works due by the end of the year. Thanks, guys. Be sure to check it out and give Robin John some love. Peace. Also, as a little treat, I'm going to give you guys a little taste of what's to come on the next EP, titled Life, and this will be the title track for said EP. Be sure to stay tuned and check it out.